guys, it's me, and today we're going to start tackling a challenge that I have attempted 3 times and failed every time. The challenge is, as the title suggests, it's already in the title, the ABC challenge, where I draw a character for every letter of the alphabet. This one kind of made me realize I don't know a lot of characters. But I have an entire list. I might have to edit the list though, but for now I have an entire list that I am actually going to go through, and today we are doing A, B, and C, and right now we are doing and specifically, this is her, well, it's kind of a mix of her design from the books and her design from the show, as I hate her outfit that she wears in the TV show, but I love Leah, so I wanted to draw Leah, but I did not want to draw that outfit. So I drew the outfit that she wears in books, because she wears jeans and her Kim Pathwa t-shirt, and I did give her this jacket. I believe the reference that I used was the one that she wears in the TV show. But also I've seen people use this exact jacket for her in other fan art with just book Annabeth. I also drew her with her little dagger. This one took about 20 minutes for me to do. A lot of these were very quick. This one I'm kind of the least proud of this one, mostly because of the way that I drew her face. It doesn't really look like Leah, and the pose is a little off. But I wanted to improve on that in the next two. Also, if you want to see all of these as they're being made, I will be posting the finished drawings on Instagram as they're being completed, as well as sneak peeks to the next ones and thumbnails for them over on my website's community page. I didn't do that for this one's, but I will be doing that because I want to post over there more. I want to post more in general, so I'm going to do that. Anyway, here we are, trying to put on the finishing touches, and then I'm going to end up doing all of the shading. Annabeth's color scheme is very heavily orange with the shirt, the shades that I decided for her hair, the jacket, and her skin, and of course, orange t-shirt. So I decided to go with a blue for the shading, and so I just slapped a bunch of that on. My shading process hasn't really changed much at all, because it's pretty mediocre. I believe I put this one on an overlay layer after I finished putting it all down, and then I lowered the opacity, and I will show you the finished drawings at the end of this video. And we are moving on to the next drawing after I finish the overlay. There you go, Annabeth. So B, this is B. I can explain. I felt like it would be a crime, considering my younger self, to not do Bill Cipher. And I actually really like how this one turned out. The color scheme, the lighting, the pose, the actual design of Bill. I loved the humanized Bill designs people do all the time, and I did one when I was a kid. I'm not gonna put it on screen. You have to go dig that out of my DeviantArt. Actually, you can just watch my second sketchbook tour. Because I have all my sketchbook tours archived on this channel. They are in a playlist called Sketchbooks, and sketchbook number 2, the thumbnail is actually the drawing of Bill Cipher that I did. So you don't have to watch the video to go see it. But yeah, Bill Cipher. I also did a little redraw video for my DeviantArt that you can go check out that also has them. And yeah, so I used a lot of different golds and browns, mostly like sandy browns for his skin tone. I also used a brown for the line art, which ended up becoming kind of a problem because the other colors end up being darker than he is, which was a bit of an issue. I gave him a golden eye. I also gave him a little mini Bill Cipher right next to him. I think it's adorable. He's also got his little floating hat. I put the texture on his collar and his cuffs are a pyramid thing, you know, a bunch of squares, you know, yeah. But other than that, this is pretty simple for me. I did the same thing that I did with Annabeth. I shaded the entire thing in a nice blue on an overlay layer. It did make the browns look way too black, but, you know, I think it looks alright. And I was gonna add like a glowing effect for his eye, but I ended up not doing it because I didn't want to. There is a bit of an issue there's a little bit of clarity issues here. So I do add a second liner, a second shading layer. I also do this for the next one, but I've started adding second sketch layers for some things if I think that I need them. So I did a second sketch layer to get in some more of the clarity between these areas, including his pants and stuff. I think I should have done it underneath where his leg is, but I don't think it would have quite right. Jesus. Anyway, that was Bill Cipher. This one is Kara from Undertale. I still need to actually play a genocide route for Undertale, but I have done the other three. I'm gonna do a genocide route soon, whenever I decide to do that, and then after that, whenever that may be, will be another pacifist route to see, you know, like the consequences of your genocide route. But I'm doing all of those over on my gaming channel, which you can check out in the description below. Anyway, for this one, this is one where I honed in a lot on the lighting. This one was super simple because Kara's design is really simple too. Each of these drawings took me about 20 to 30 minutes. I believe Bill's took the longest just because the design was a little bit more complicated. Or the post was a bit more complicated. And this one was probably the quickest because Kara's just really simple. So I spent the rest of the time doing a lighting for it. I made her eyes glow and her little locket glow. I was gonna playing around with putting with making the little splatters on her knife gray, like she's covered in dust from the monsters, but I ended up deciding to make it red, as if she killed more humans, and by that, I mean Frisk. Kara just murdered Frisk. That's what just happened. I think that's fitting. I feel like she would. I feel like she could. And I feel like she should. Well, I know I'm saying she. Technically, Kara doesn't have a gender either. Like, Frisk doesn't. So, whoopsies. Fuck. So I should be saying they. I'm not thinking very clearly right now. Anyway, for this one I did have to do a second layer of shading for her skin and for the little yellow stripe in her shirt because he is so fucking pale. But it looks a lot better with the second one, and I believe because I used a lot of like an analogous color scheme, I also used a blue to shade this, not a purple, a blue to shade this. So all of these I used blue. I use a shading color that matches that's kind of like complementary to the color scheme of the character, so it just kind of fits that I use blue for her. I typically actually use purple, but again, I decided to use blue. Yeah, so added the glow effect to her to the sea and her name. I really like how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for that. I will be making another video for each of these. Yeah. Of the reveals of all of them.